Good morning. Well, no, it's good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here today on this live stream. Whatever time you join it, you may join me during this live session, or you may be watching it on the replay. So today is Sunday, the 7th of April, and I'm going to make some lunch. So I thought, hey Esther, hello my lovely, hello my darling, thank you for joining me here today. So I'm going to be making some lunch. So I've been feeling off colour. Yeah, I've been feeling really unwell. I've got this headache. It started coming on Friday, and then yesterday I just felt really unwell with it, and I didn't get to go see my grandchildren because they had a party that they already had planned, and there was a miscommunication. So I thought, oh, that's okay, I'll stay and rest. And I thought, and I was going to go see my friend in the evening, but I just felt really unwell. And this headache is like really blinding. And so I was drinking lots of water, keeping hydrated, took some painkillers, went to bed early, woke up, still got it. So still feel really under the weather. And it's a couple of things. One, I need my eyes testing. And I am due my eye test. It could just be that my lenses and my contact lenses, my vision has changed. It could be that. But more likely, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and when my blood sugars are either a little bit high or a little bit low, then I get this headache, and it's just concentrated over my right eye, and it's like in my eyeball and like going up here. It's kind of like a tension headache. So yeah, so this morning I got up and I was just going to Lynn, good morning, Lynn. Great to have you with me. So yeah, so I've been resting this morning, and I was going to go see my friend this afternoon, but because I was unwell yesterday and I didn't feel so good today either, we're going to leave it till next weekend. So hopefully I'll feel a lot better. But yeah, I just needed to rest because, you know, I'm back to work tomorrow and back into training. So yeah, so I'm gonna make something to eat. So I thought I would bring you along and show you what I'm gonna eat. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. So I must say that, you know, sometimes when I watch my videos about these live backs, I sort of stop halfway through and say hello to somebody, and I realised I need to explain that. So what this is a live stream. It's not a video. A video I would record in my house, wherever. I'd record it. It's just me and the camera, and I upload it. Okay? But this is a live stream. So this is live. You are watching me in real time. I'm literally here in my kitchen. It's live. And the way that the system is set up on YouTube, I'm using YouTube at the moment, YouTube Live, but sometimes if I'm in my office upstairs, I'll use StreamYard. And because it's live, you get that interactiveness with the audience. So you lovely people who are watching can send me a message. And when I see that message, I'll often read it out. Or if somebody comes on, I'll say, oh hello, etc. So that's what that is. Yeah. So Lynn, you've got your earpods in now. Yeah, brilliant. So like that, that's a classic example. The messages come up on the screen, and I know that you're with me. I know that you can see me, you can hear me, and you share your comments. So when it's like that, I will often read it out. So I just wanted to explain that, because sometimes when I'm watching it back, I will just break and say, hi, you know, great to have you with me. And somebody who thinks it's a video might think, what's going on? She's a bit strange, that one. She's a bit strange, is that Angela? So I thought I would just explain that. And I do live streams because I really like live streams. It means I can interact with you. I can get your reactions. I can hear what you've got to say. Whereas when you're doing video, it's just me and the camera and there's no interaction. So I do like live streams. Plus with the live streams, once I've finished, it gets uploaded. I don't need to edit anything. It just saves me so much time. So it's brilliant for me. So guys, I thought I'd explain that. But if you are new to this channel, a huge warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. My name's Angela, and thank you for spending a little time out with me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and also click the notification bell, because as and when I upload a video, you'll be the first to know about it. So, because I'm not feeling well today, I've got this tension headache, I need to eat. And I know with my body, it's probably carbohydrates that I'm lacking on. Oh, thank you, Lynn, thank you. I mean, I might look good, that's just the makeup, but I don't feel great today. I don't feel great, but thank you anyway, my lovely. So yeah, when I get this headache, and as I suspect it's because of my blood sugars, I know, because you know, it's really important to get to know my bodies. Really important. I've hydrated. When I came on, I was drinking my squash. Got a bit of squash in here. Excuse me. I'm hydrated, and I've rested, and I've taken painkillers. And when the headache persists, and those things don't make a difference, I know more often than not it's going to be related to my diabetes. And I suspect I'm just a little bit low on carbs. I need some carbohydrates. So that's what I'm going to do today. So in the kitchen, and you know, if you know me, you know that I cook freeform. That's my preferred style. I can follow a recipe. And if I do follow a recipe, I'll follow it more for inspiration. But freeform, very intuitive. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to show you what I've got. I've got some prawns. These are cooked and peeled cold water prawns. And you know me, they're yellow sticker, bargain. I got these. They were $2.80 and I got them for $1.88. I picked up 2 packs, so there's another pack in the freezer. So I'm going to use that today, and I wanted to use that, and I thought, what can I make with this? What can I make with it? So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I also picked up some rice. I've got some jasmine rice. I love a jasmine rice. I love the fragrance and the flavour you get with jasmine rice. So this is already pre-cooked. When I used to cook for me and my son and my family, I used to cook my rice from scratch. But seeing as it's just me, I thought this packet rice will do me. And I'm going to make enough so I've got some for tomorrow as well. So I'm going to use this packet rice. Then I thought, well, what can I put with that to make it a meal? Well, I've got some chorizo in the freezer. So I took it out and I defrosted it, and I've got it here. So I'm going to use this chorizo, because chorizo is going to give it a lovely flavour as well. And then I thought, right, okay, I'm going to build it, go back to the base. I've got onions, tomatoes, and I've got some peppers, and I've just got some seasoning. So that's how I cook, guys. And we'll see what it's going to come out like. I've never done it before. But that's me. I love to just look in my fridge, look in my freezer, look in the cupboards. What have I got? Right, let's cook from that. Yeah, let's cook from that. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm getting my pan nice and hot, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this heat up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cook my chorizo first. Normally I would cook the onions first, but I'm going to cook the chorizo, and then I'm going to leave all of that lovely flavoured oil in the pan and cook everything else down in it. So it was a big chorizo sausage, and I have just chopped it in. It's really tough to cut. It's either that, but I haven't got a lot of strength in my hands anyway, so that's probably why. So it's not chopped the best. It's not chopped the best, but that's absolutely fine. So when my pan is nice and hot, it's not hot yet, and you'll know when your pan is hot because it will sizzle. Yeah, it'll sizzle. So guys, how are you today? How are you? It's Sunday, the 7th of April. Easter's gone. We're well into the year. We're well into the 4th quarter of the year. How are you? What goals are you working towards? And are you pushing towards them? Yeah, do let me know. Do let me know. So my pan is hot. Me, one chorizo in there is sizzling away. So I'm just going to pop all the rest in and let it cook down. So, as you know, guys, I've been taking questions. So if you guys have any questions about me leaving Weight Watchers, if you've not seen that video or that live stream, feel free to go and watch that. I did that 3 days ago. The real reason why I'm leaving Weight Watchers. Feel free to go back and watch that. And then yesterday I did one which is, I was asked the question, now that I'm leaving Weight Watchers both as a coach and as a member, what am I going to be doing to lose my weight? Oh right, Lynn, you've got your daughter's puppy. Oh, lovely. I love puppies. Oh, I love puppies. And I must just say, two things. Now that this is hot, I'm just going to turn the gas down just to let this cook nicely. Two things. You've done lots of miles with the dog. Love that. When messages come up on YouTube, which I'm using now, they only come up for about 10 seconds. So that's why you'll see me going like that or going like that to read the message, because it only comes up really quickly. It doesn't stay on. But when I'm on my phone, when I'm on the computer, on my laptop, and I'm in my office, I'll use StreamYard, and the messages come up and they stay up. So that way I can see them. So I do apologise if I can't read your messages in its entirety. I do apologise about that, and that's why. So my chorizo is cooked down, and it's got a little bit of oil, but I'm keeping that because the chorizo, I'm going to turn this gas right down now. The chorizo, it's quite a fatty meat, and it oozes out a huge amount of flavour. So I've got an onion, it's a small onion, and I've just chopped that fairly small. I'm just going to chuck that all in now. Get that all in, and I'm going to cook the onions now in the chorizo oil. And I will also say, some of you know that my Betsy, my cat, went missing. Well, she's back home now. She's back home. So, it's a bit of a story. I think it's mating season for cats. And I've got 3 cats, and Bobby is my oldest cat. She's been with me. Hooray for Betsy, indeed. Hello, Nita. Great to have you with me today, my lovely. So, Bobby's been with me 18 years now. She's an old cat, and she's spayed. She's had the snip years ago. She's old. She doesn't really go out. All she wants to do is sit next to me, be cuddled and sleep. That's all she wants to do. She ain't interested in much, which is fine. Benji, he's a boy. So I got Benji castrated a couple of weeks ago. He's fine. But Betsy, she's a Bengal, and if you know anything about cats, Bengals are pedigree cats. They are ridiculously expensive to buy, okay? Ridiculously expensive. She's a rare breed, and even within the Bengal world, she's a rare breed. I've put a photo of her on my community post, so feel free to check that out. And she is a snow white snow leopard lynx. Yeah, she's beautiful. And wherever I take her, if I take her to the vets, everybody's like gushing all over her, because she's very rare. She's white, she's got this striped tail, striped paws, and these piercing blue eyes. She's gorgeous, she really is. So but she's not spayed. I've not had her spayed yet, so she can still, you know, meet the boy cats, the tomcats in the alley. You know what I'm saying. She can still meet them. Yeah, in the woods, up the alley, round the pirate shed. She can still meet them there. So she escaped on Friday out the bathroom window, and she disappeared. And since about Wednesday, I've had, there's about a gang of 5 cats, tomcats, in my garden. And Benji, he goes out, he's a male, he's a tom, they don't bother with him. But Betsy, when she was out on Thursday, I noticed, you know, the whole my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard kind of thing going on. And they were all over her. Yeah, indeed, naughty Betsy. So all of this is going on, and you know, they're all the tomcats are like circling the parameters of the garden, and she's in the middle of them, and she's like doing the thing, and she's rolling on the grass like that, and legs are akimbo, arms are akimbo, tail is up, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, what on earth, you little tot, right? And then they stopped following her, and one of them jumped her. And I thought, right, I've had enough of that, you know. I've had enough of that business, none of that stuff in my yard. So I brought her in the house. That was Thursday. Friday, she's like, I'm going to have a bit more of this fun. When she's, I know, she is a naughty girl, she really is. I'm telling you, she doesn't take after me. I just want to put that out there. She does not take after her mother, she doesn't. So she's out there and she's doing all this and she wants to get back out, and I'm like, you're not going out. So what does she do? When I'm out on Friday, she sneaks out. I know, she sneaked out. She sneaked out the bathroom window. So I get home, no Betsy. Betsy's gone. And funnily enough, half these tomcats have gone as well. Half of them are not there. I'm like, where on earth is she? I'm there, I'm calling her, I'm going out of my mind looking for her, because she's the sort of cat, if anybody knows her value, they've gone with her. Yeah, she's very, very expensive, and she'll be sold on the black market. And I mean, you just need to Google the price for a Bengal snow white leopard, and you'll see how much she's worth. So I'm now going to pop me peppers in. Okay, I've got red peppers and orange peppers. Those are going to go in like so. So it's looking all a bit like this. And I'm also going to throw my tomatoes in. I've got some cherry tomatoes that I've washed and I've chopped in half. So I'm going to add that all in. So I'm calling her, she ain't there. And I look out my front window and I see 3 cats by my car. And I'm like, what on earth is going on? I've got these 3 cats by my car and another 2 staked out in my garden. I'm like, I'm being surrounded. I'm like, I'm under siege here. I'm under siege. So every time I go out to call Betsy, these cats are sort of like looking at me, and I'm chasing them off, but they ain't going anywhere. I'm calling Betsy and I'm like, I'm feeling a bit scared now. Feeling a bit scared. For myself, never mind Betsy, for myself, I just felt like they're going to jump me. Well, not jump me, but they're going to attack me. That's kind of like how I felt, because they were mean looking cats. proper mean. And the one of them, when Betsy and Bobby was inside, and he was literally sat, I've got like these French doors, and he was sat right outside the French door, and we're kind of like eyeballing each other, and he ain't going anywhere, and must have sat there for an hour. And I needed to go out to call Betsy, and I thought, I'm going to open the door slowly and see what he does. And I opened the door slowly, he stepped back and he stood there right in front of me. Anyway, Benji came up to the door and he chased Benji, and he came in the house. And I'm like, right, I need to get this cat out, because this cat looks like he's going to kill my Benji. He was fierce. Seriously, he was fierce. So I go to chase him out, and he just stood there, showed me his teeth, really snarled at me, let me know he ain't going anywhere. So I picked up a stick out of my plant pot, and even that, it weren't going anywhere. So I picked up a cushion and threw it at him, and he sort of went outside, but he was kind of like saying, I ain't scared of you. So I closed the door, and I went and got my kettle, filled it with water and chucked it and threw it at him, and then he ran off. I'm like, seriously, this cat was kind of like, I'm not scared of you. That's kind of what he was saying. I'm not scared. So Friday night, I'm outside, I'm calling Betsy, I'm worried out of my mind. I've got 3 cats at the front, staked out by my car on the front, and 2 in the garden. And the lights had gone down, it had gotten dark, and I could still see it, and they were still there, So anyway, I'm really worried now. So yesterday, I know this is a bit of a story time. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to put my prawns in, and pop these prawns in, and there we go, give them all a good mix. This is looking so good. And then I'm going to season it in a minute. And then, so what happened next was, on Saturday morning, I'm up, I'm calling from the bedroom window, because I thought my voice is going to go even further. So I'm calling her, she ain't coming. And Benji, oh my God, Benji, he is the sweetest cat I've ever known, a proper gentleman. He literally slept on the window ledge in my bedroom with one eye closed, getting a bit of kip, and the other eye open in the garden looking for her. I know. He's the sweetest cat I've ever known. Honestly, he's honestly, I've never known a cat like Benji. So on the Saturday now, water pistol, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get the hose on these cats. So next thing I know, I thought, right, I need to go to the shops. So we go to the shops. As I come out the house, I'm going down the drive, and my car's parked at the bottom of my drive, and that's where these 3 cats are. And I'm on the drive like a mad woman, calling Betsy, God knows what the neighbours think of me. They're like, that's that mad woman that's been calling Betsy all night. So I was like, I don't care. Yeah, so I'm calling Betsy on my drive, thinking, because I've been calling at the back of the house, and I thought, well, if I go and call on the front of the house, she might hear me. So as I'm walking towards the car now, I see these 2 little blue eyes under the car. I was like, oh my God, she's underneath the car. And then I realised what it was. She was hiding underneath the car, and these 3 cats were positioned, waiting for her to come out so they can attack her or have their way with her. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I ran back up to the house to open the front door, and I called her, but she didn't come through the front door. She jumps over the fence and goes into the garden. And these 3 cats, you should have seen them, they were just literally scarpered. They just chased her into the garden. So I go back into the garden, and I'm calling her, but I can't find her. And I'm calling and looking, couldn't find her. Go up the back of the garden, and I spot her in the tree. Well, first of all, I saw one of those bully cats on the fence and the other cat under the tree. And I looked up and there she was. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're trying to get her. So I went, opened the French door, jammed it open, scared off these two cats, got some big sticks from the trees, scared them off. And then I sort of coaxed her down. And then she ran in the house. And that was it. I was like, Lord, thank goodness. Got her back. But when I got her back, she's got like, she's white. She's a white cat. And she's got all black marks all down her back and her head. And I realised that was from all the soot and all the grease and grime from underneath the car. And that's where she was. I know. So we got her back. And I was like, thank goodness, she's all right. So, and she was really thin as well. So I've been feeding her up. And she was just really nervous because, you know, poor thing, she's a bit traumatised. And then, but I think she's in heat. I think she's in season. Because just before I came on to do this video, she was there again. She was there making her cries. She just wanted to go out. And I was like, you ain't going out with those fellas. You know, you ain't doing it. But she made up, I'm just going to season it now, just put a pinch of salt. She was making up so much noise. I was just like, you know what, I can't take it. You know, go out, have your fun, but I don't want no kittens. Because I'm kind of like, what would these kittens look like? It'd be crossbreed of a Moggy and a Bengal. Very strange. So yeah, that's the tails of my cat. So I put salt, pepper, and I've got some all-purpose seasoning in. There we go. I'm going to give this all a bit of a stir. This is coming together really nicely. There we go. Lots of lovely colour on that. And then I'm going to put in my rice. But what I need, I want this mixture to be fairly dry. There's a little, no, it should be all right. I don't want a lot of liquid in this because the rice is going to be, going to get soggy. I don't want that. So it's a little bit of oil in now, which is absolutely fine. So I'm going to mix all of this in. Oh, sorry, I missed that message because it goes up on, it goes really quickly when I'm on YouTube. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm just going to add it all in. There we go. That's going to be a nice bit of carb. So I've got the protein, I've got the veggies, I've got some healthy fats, and I've got some veggies, protein and carbs in this dish. So there you go, guys. That's the tale of Betsy. So she's back. And yeah, so she's out again. So I need to get a spade. But when I went to the vets, so I got her from, somebody gave her to me. Bit of a story, but somebody gave it to me. And I've had nothing but problems with her. She's got a lot of gastrointestinal problems, a lot of stomach problems. Let me tell you, I need a second job. I need a second job. I think the vets must have thought, well, if she can afford a Bengal, she's got loads of money. I'm sure that's what they thought. Because I just cannot believe how much it is to treat her. Just can't believe it. But she's my cat, and you know, whatever it costs, I'm not gonna let her be poorly. So she's had 4 vet visits. I've got another one next week. She's on probiotics, 2 types of probiotics, antibiotics this week. Last week and this week. She's on a special diet of chicken. You might have seen me boiling the chicken that I was talking about the other day. She's on a special diet of chicken and this special cat food that cost me 25 quid for 1.5 kilos. I know. And she's still under further investigation because she might have something wrong with her stomach, because when you have crossbreeds, you can get all of these problems. So it's just been a learning curve for me, learning about, you know, pedigree cats. With the moggies are fine. They're absolutely healthy. They're fine. So until she's healthy, she can't have her microchip, she can't be spayed, and she can't have her flea treatment. She's been wormed, but it's not a standard worm. She's had to have this special thing that the vets have had to give her. Yeah. So honestly, it's just been one thing after another. But I'm just glad she's safe. I'm glad she's home. I'm glad that she's doing all right. Yeah. So rice is, this is kind of like a special fried rice, isn't it? So I'm going to go in and I'm going to give it a taste. It's nice, but it needs more seasoning. Needs more seasoning. So I'm going to put in a bit more all-purpose. I'm going to put in a bit more salt and a bit more pepper. And I'm also going to put some, I was going to put some chili. Oh, here it is. I'm going to put a few chili flakes in there as well. See guys, this is how I cook. This is how I cook. Very, very intuitive. Looking at what I've got in the fridge, what I've got in the cupboard, what I've got in the freezer, and knocking something up. This is my preferred style, and it's balanced because I've got protein, the carbs, some fats, and some veggies in there. And you know, if you're going to do something similar, add in as much veggies as you want, add in more peppers, maybe add in some sweet corn or put some peas in there. You know, you could really take this and make it your own. You really can. If instead of prawns, you might want to add some chicken or some turkey or some corn, you know, anything like that. And you know, as I was saying the other day, it's when I cook like this, I'm just going to go in and have another taste. Still need, do you know, maybe it's because I'm still not well and my taste buds, you know, the taste buds are still not back to normal. But it just kind of lacks a little bit of flavour. I can feel the heat of this, the heat coming through of the chili, and I can taste the chorizo. Let's have another taste. Much better. Much better. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's lovely. Very nice. And then I'm just going to put a little splash of Worcestershire sauce in it. Just a little splash. And there we go, guys. This is how I cook. And, you know, if you've watched my videos about me quitting Weight Watchers as a coach and as a member, and if you saw the video yesterday about what I do, what I've been doing to have been losing my weight, it's things like this, you know. It's really good. And do you know what? I did say in my video yesterday that I do thank Weight Watchers for helping me to understand food. and portion control and getting that balance. And that, I'll never take that away from Weight Watchers. I'll never ever take that away, because it's true. They've been absolutely instrumental in helping me to do that and understand what balanced food looks like. So I do thank them for that. But now that I know what a good balanced meal looks like, I'm like, that's why, for me, might not be for you, and that's okay, but for me, I'm kind of like, that's why I don't need to rely on an app. I don't need to track things. So for example, this morning for breakfast, I had Kvarg yogurt, and then I had an apple with some peanut butter. Yeah, well balanced. I've got protein, I've got the fruits and the minerals, I've got the crunch and the texture, and the fibre. That was really filling, really tasty. I'm filling this up because this is for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna take this to work tomorrow. Really filling, really tasty, really balanced. I think if I was somebody who was still munching on lots of ultra processed foods, if I was eating lots of takeaways, if I was living down, you know, the takeout shop, the chippy, if I was having lots of chocolates and sweets and, you know, all of that refined foods, then yes, and that I need to bring control. I need to control that. But because I'm not having that, I'm going to get a second jar, because I think that, for me, that is plenty. That is, I don't need to fill that. So I'm actually going to get three meals, 3 portions out of this. So I'll just get another container. I love these pots. These are from IKEA. They're really, really good quality glass. They've got this little pot in there. So for this, tomorrow, I won't need this little pot. So I'll just pop the lid straight on like that. But when I take my apples, I sliced up some apples. Last week I took a sliced apple, and I took some peanut, but well, it was almond butter. I put the almond butter in there. And then when I wanted it, I would just like use it as a little dip. So it's brilliant. Again, things like when I've got my veggies, I could put some hummus in there, or if I do overnight oats, then I could put like my fruits, like my frozen fruits in there, and then just tip it in. It's absolutely brilliant. I love those, absolutely love those. So I'm going to leave the lid off this one and let that cool. So yeah, as I was saying, because I don't eat, I say that, I do eat chocolate, I do eat crisps, I do eat sweets, but in very, very small quantities. Not the quantities that I used to eat before I started Weight Watchers. So because I don't eat in that manner, for me personally, I don't need to track it. I don't need to track what I'm eating, because I know that I'm eating a good balance of food. I don't need to track it. Plus, it became boring for me. But then the other side of the coin is, this is how I live. It's not like this is how I'm gonna live. I was gonna say that, but this is how I actually live, and this is how I eat. Yeah, this is how I eat. And I thank Weight Watchers for that. I really do. They've really taught me about creating good, well-balanced meals. It's opened me up to ingredients that I'd never tried before. And yeah, so I do thank them for, the program has really, really helped me for that. It's just, I'm now at the stage in my journey where I just don't want to be tracking. So yeah, it's interesting. So there we go. I've got 3. Now this will keep. So I'm gonna have one portion now. Get my glucose levels back up. So I'm going to have this portion now. That is more than enough for me. That's a good portion for me. And especially when I eat it slowly. I'm not having anything else with this, just as it is. And I'll eat it really steady, really slowly. Enjoy all those flavours. That's why flavour is so important. And that's why I always test it to make sure I've got the right amount in. Because then each mouthful, I savour each mouthful. So that is going to be my lunch. And then I've got these 2 pots. I'll have one tomorrow, and I'll either have this tomorrow evening or I will have it for lunch the following day. So these will last a good 2 days, 2-3 days. Well, because it's got prawns in, I'd say 2 days. If it was chicken, I'd say maybe 3 days, but 2 days, a good 2 days in the fridge. So I'm just going to leave the tops off and let it cool completely, let it go completely cool. And then I'm going to put the lids on, and then that'll be it. And then I'm going to make up an overnight oat as well. I've got some kefir. You've seen me do that loads of times. I'm going to do just a very simple overnight oat tomorrow, and I'm going to have that for breakfast tomorrow. So this will be for lunch, one will be for lunch, and I'll have my breakfast sorted, and I'll take some fruit again. Last week I really enjoyed my apple, my Pink Lady apple, with a spoonful of almond butter. Yeah, I do. Peanut butter is great, but almond butter, more bang for your buck, because almonds so much more superior than peanuts. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Anyway guys, I'm famished, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go and eat this, and yeah, I'm gonna eat it, and hopefully it'll get my levels back up. Yeah, and yeah, all should be well, and then the rest of the day I'm watching a program. Well, I'm watching 2 programs at the moment. I'm not really a program TV person, because I'm not been feeling well. I've just been sat on the sofa with the cats, so I've been watching it. Yeah, one's called The Job Lot, which is so funny, on Netflix, hilarious. So I'm going to finish watch a bit more of that. And the other one is called CIS West Mid. It's about the West Midlands Police, and yeah, how they solve crime with forensics. Yeah, bit grisly, but really interesting. So I've been watching that. So I'm going to eat this, then I'm going to watch a bit of TV, and I'm going to clean the house, leave it nice and clean and fresh for tomorrow. Going to do my overnight oats, and then watch, and then just chill out, get another early night. But I will see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning, guys. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye.